Yeah, 93 Sports News, man. So I'm checking out this ESPN First Fake show, this segment of Damian Woody, Stephen A. Coon, who appeared on the show early. He's on vacation. And Will Kane, the white supremacist. Now, the hypocrisy in Stephen A. Coon is ridiculous, man. First of all, he said he can prove that OJ did it. OJ did he killed the two victims. He killed them. And called OJ a double murderer. And saying he can beat OJ's lawyer at the time, Johnny Cochran. This the same butter biscuit eating coon that said we need to respect the verdict, respect the decision of Trayvon Martin with George Zimmerman. This the same nigga that said that shit. But yeah, he turned around and putting on his coon cape for white people, talking about he need to spend the rest of his life in jail. Y'all check this shit out, man.
I sat here yesterday and I said this. I said by the letter of the law, and if we follow our principles and we follow consistency, O.J. Simpson should be granted parole. And that is true. That is correct. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. And about 30 seconds afterwards, as I watch O.J. celebrate the same way, virtually the same way that he did some 23 years ago, man, that sticks pretty rock hard in my stomach watching it again. But this is the whole point. It's not supposed to be karma, right? We're not supposed to be conducting the legal system via karma. We're not supposed to be punishing one person in one instance for something they might have or weren't convicted of in a court of law beyond a reasonable doubt have done in the past. It's just not the way it's supposed to work. But once again, I don't have to like it. And as reality set in yesterday, it sure was hard to fall back on theory. It sure was hard to fall back on the letter of the law. It's right. It's what should have happened. But man, it did make me regret it a little bit because this guy, as you say, as a double murderer, deserves to be at the very, very least behind bars for the rest of his life. And the reality of the matter is he will not be.
Yeah. Listen, all this about, politicization, from the 1994 case, because we all know that, first of all, OJ should have never got the sentence that he got in Nevada. That was just, we're going to stick it to you for that whole situation. Listen, was OJ yesterday? Absolutely. He's always been arrogant. He's always been this conniving person. But I'm going to always go back to the letter of the law. Again, he should have never got the sentence that he got that he got back in 2008. He served way more time for what the crime, what the letter of the law says. So did we see remorse? No, we didn't see any of that because that's who OJ is. But again, this is the legal system that we have. Okay, we can complain. We can complain about 1994, and do we think that OJ committed a crime? Absolutely. We've had cases, that's come down the pipe later. George Zimmerman. How many people have had uproar about George Zimmerman that he should be behind bars? So this is the legal system that we're dealing with right now. Right, wrong, or indifferent. Do I like that OJ is stepping out? No. Just from a personal feeling, I don't like that, because do I feel like he did the crime? Absolutely. But if we're just going to go based off legality, this is the system that we are dealing with. We have to leave the politics out of it because there's too many people in the prison system right now. Think about it. How many people are in prison right now because politics have played a bad role in it? Okay, so
well, that's true.
This to me is about the justice system. For me, it's more so about the justice system.
It goes deeper for me. It goes deeper for me, Damian, and I'll go with your points and Will's, and there's no disagreement there because we all know that the letter of the law, he deserved to be released because the sentencing should have never been that harsh. Convicted 13 years rather to the day that he got off for the double murder. Ultimately sentenced to 9 to 33 years in prison, coinciding with the $33.5 million he lost in the civil suit that basically he swore privately to confidants he'll never pay to the Goldman family. So we understand all of that. when you talk about the politics, and listen, it's me, so I mean, I'm on vacation, so I don't have to answer for this for the next week or so, but I return to July 31st, and I can assure you I am well rested and I will be ready. But these are the kind of things that I'm going to bring up. Understand something here. This is a guy yesterday that had all of those white folks in that room in the palm of his hands. Typical OJ. I'm not black. I'm OJ. So what does he do? He sit there. He's got them cracking jokes. He's cracking jokes. They're laughing it up. They're laughing up a storm, and it's antithetical to what we've seen from most of white America since he got off on the double murder charge. Most people recognize the fact that he should have been convicted of double murder, that he should have at least been in jail for the rest of his life, being the low life that he is. We all recognize that. The flip side to it, however, is that yesterday, what we saw were a few white individuals, particularly those on a parole board, that didn't. It was like the double murderer. Oh no, we don't think that of him at all. He's OJ. He ain't black. He's OJ. Because most dudes, even if they got off on a double murder charge, your black behind would be a pariah everywhere for eternity. But in that room yesterday, those people on that parole board, and Will, you're the one white male on the screen right now. You tell me. It was quite shocking to see these folks literally talking and yucking it up with this guy who they act like they were talking to a family member, for crying out loud. Not a dude that got off on double murder charges and had spent most of the last 8.5 years in prison. I was shocked to see it.
No, you know what? We are walking hand in hand here uncomfortably, as we often or sometimes do when we agree.
I'm very comfortable. I'm very comfortable. Well, go ahead.
Well, you said, Will, you're the one white man sitting at the table. Here's the funny thing. We, as a society, have layered so much race on top of O.J. Simpson, when the truth of the matter is, just like you said, you know what O.J. is? O.J. And O.J. is just being O.J. Damien says he was just being O.J. again. And you know what? Being O.J. has somehow worked out for this guy through the worst of things you could layer onto someone. I mean, don't get that wrong. He earned it. He asked for it. His actions deserved it, but he just kept being OJ. And as yesterday, I watched that parole hearing, and he just kept being OJ, charming him almost like he had a scotch glass, and he was clinking the ice, being OJ,
Will,
laughing with him.
for 1 second?
What's up?
I want to interject by saying this for 1 second. I want America and the world to recognize this, Damian Woody, Will Kane. OJ once said, "I'm not black, I'm OJ." He proved it yesterday. Because ain't no other black man getting away with what I saw happen yesterday. I'm not talking about letting him out of jail. I'm talking about the yucking it up, the having fun with them, the joking around and stuff. I'm talking about that. A black man that gets acquitted of double murder is recognized as a global pariah, and then ultimately is stupid enough to get himself in trouble again and find himself in jail for the better part of the last 9 years, was sitting there chilling and having a ball and telling jokes. That is not what would happen with most black people. Let's be clear.
And Will Kane, white supremacist cracker, is so butthurt. How dare that nigger get away? How dare he celebrate? Well, let me ask you something. How many times white police officers celebrate going out of a courtroom? How many white people celebrate going out of a courtroom with a hell of a lot more evidence, shit that could be on video, and they get off scot-free? Where's your outrage on that? See, there is none. You're pissed off because y'all felt white America, a lot of them, feel like, how dare this black man get away with what he got away with? Fuck ESPN. Fuck Stephen A. Smith. And fuck Will Kane. I'm out.